Part 0014. Why you want to make me live in a cardboard box? Cardboard box design had come a long way, so it might actually be surprisingly comfortable living. I never said anything of the sort. I was merely commenting on how I saw a cardboard box, that's all. Right, of course. It's just, knowing you, Nanami, I thought you might actually make her live in one. Even I'm not that much of a monster, I'll have you know. Instead, I've prepared some acrylic boards with an outstanding level of transparency. Nanami handed something to Ms. Ruija, claiming it was a sample. Ms. Ruija accepted it with a smile and held it up to the sky. Whoa, it's totally transparent. How pretty. Wait, you can see everything with this stuff. Ms. Ruija said before slamming the piece of acrylic down on the ground. It's the latest model. That's not the problem here. Nanami must have ordered it online somewhere. ****ends chock full of up-to-date models that are just the same as last year's. To be serious for a moment, we thought it was best to have everyone help keep an eye on you, as it's too much for the two of us to manage. You've got a point there, I chimed in. Why were you impressed by this, Takioto? She doesn't have the slightest point whatsoever here. I'm allowed to have privacy too, okay? Fine, in that case, we can build the walls and ceilings out of two-way mirrors. Are we shooting a porno here? Did those kinds of places actually exist in real life anyway? I guess that's a bit better. I would be really uncomfortable if people could look in on me from the outside. There's no need to worry. I'll make sure to set it up so you can see into it from the outside, but can't see outside from within. That's the exact same issue as the acrylic boards, then, isn't it? Anyone who looks in will be able to see everything. Why don't we meet in the middle and go with 1/8-inch thick plywood, then? How's that meeting in the middle? That'd be freezing in the winter and boiling in the summer. At least take thermal insulation into account before you suggest another type of material. Yeah, the plywood would give you privacy, but the walls would be so thin that sound would leak out like a sieve, right? That's 100% auditory access to her daily life right there. However, I will construct it with the perfect amount of air circulation and natural sunlight. We can ensure clean air at all times by intentionally leaving out a roof. Then I'd just be exposed to all the elements instead. That's even worse than cardboard. The place would turn into a swimming pool whenever it rained. I was simply trying to get ahead of the times, though. You've gone so far forward that you've looped back to the era before cave dwelling. And why are you getting so discouraged by my objections, too? And what are you doing, Takioto? Stop acting like an innocent bystander and say something to your maid. Well, I can't really let anything happen to you, and since we need to keep an eye on you, I guess we can keep things as they are. TCH, you've been spared this time, Nanami said. What's going on, Takioto? Did you call me out here just to abuse me like this? Ms. Ruija looked almost ready to cry. It was kind of cute. No, I promise that wasn't the idea. I've come here because I've got a request for you. A request? Two, actually. First, I'd like you to introduce me to a particular dungeon. It's not absolutely necessary, but I can pick up something there that would make things a bit easier. Ms. Ruija cocked her head. Introduce you to a dungeon? I don't really mind, if it's one I'm familiar with. Nanami nodded. Please do. Now, for the other favor. Could you make a life-size, super sexy doll of the beautiful maid Nana, MRNGH? What is it, master? Please just ignore what Nanami said. As for the other favor, while this is all a bit further down the road, there's some behind-the-scenes work I'd like you to do to help save someone. Ms. Ruija cocked her head with her mouth half open. She looked like a bit of an airhead. Huh? Just then, I started to feel a little uneasy.